Hi friends, in this lecture, I am going to give you the smartest strategy to cover geography for UPSC Prelims 2027. If you prepare as per this strategy, you will be able to solve most of the questions coming from geography in the Prelims examination next year. First of all, why geography? Guys, most of the students, they invest more time in polity, in economy, in history, in environment, they ignore geography. But if you analyze the UPSC paper, you will see geography has also equal weightage like polity, economy, and it requires similar attention. But most candidates are not doing that. Also guys, if you see the number of questions which you attempt correctly in geography is relatively less than economy or polity. Okay, so if you do well in geography, you have an edge over 99% of the aspirants. Further, in geography guys, most of the questions are coming from standard sources and they are quite limited. You can easily master them. So therefore guys, geography is one subject which we cannot ignore if you want to crack the prelims examination. And I'm telling you this from my own experience of cracking prelims 6 out of 6 times. I scored very high marks in the prelims examination and geography was one of the reason I did very well in geography. You can see some of my marks here: 138.66, 144.66. These are very huge marks. And I used a unique way of mastering geography which I am going to share with you. Guys, I can tell you this kind of strategy will not find anywhere. Okay, so let's start. So before we make a strategy, we have to first analyze the PYQs, because any strategy for preparation for the prelims examination has to base on scientific analysis of the PYQs. So if we analyze the PYQs, you will come to the conclusion that in geography there are 4 kinds of questions coming. The first kind, the most important one, is the physical geography, conceptual question. Here we see questions coming from geomorphology, here questions will come from climatology and oceanography. Next, Indian physical geography. Here the questions are mainly from drainage. Every year one question will be from drainage, or physiography, or vegetation and soil. Next comes the map based question. Map based questions are either current oriented or major features like the Andes mountain, like that, major features of the world geography. And last is the economic geography. In economic geography you have mineral resources and we have the agriculture resources. Agriculture resources basically cropping pattern question. So this is what geography is. I'll just show you some of the PYQs. You can see this. So these are conceptual questions. These are what? Conceptual questions. This is basically, you can see here, these are conceptual questions. Thickness of troposphere, okay, Earth's atmosphere. These are static questions from the physical geography. Next we have the economic geography question, mostly on resources. You can see this is agriculture resources. Here they are asking tea producing states. Here they are asking about minerals. Here also they are asking about minerals. And next we have the map based questions. In map based questions, you can see here questions are coming on mountains, questions are coming on lakes, questions are coming on Andes mountain. You can see here. Okay, so let's see. So what we have to do is that first of all we have to find out the weightage. Out of, suppose, let us consider 12 questions coming from geography. Okay, what is the weightage? Because if you see here, the maximum number of questions are static, which is directly from the books, direct from source, static source. Okay, next we have few questions which are coming directly from the PYQs, and last we have few questions coming from the current affairs. So geography is mostly static oriented, but there are few current affairs questions. I'll show you which type of question. But compared to economy, compared to science and tech, geography is static oriented, and static oriented subjects are easy to be dealt. Why? Because we have limited sources. Limited sources, we can easily master it. So this is the basis on which we are devising our strategy to master geography. I'm giving you logical reasoning. Okay. So let's move on, guys. So if you see here, okay, see this question. See this question, guys. Ilmenite. Okay, see this question. Ilmenite and rutile abundantly available in certain coastal tracts of India is basically a which one of the following is rich source of which of the following. Okay, now you see this NCERT. See this NCERT, guys. Directly you can see here they have talked about the, you can see here, ilmenite, rutile. Okay, you can see here most toothpastes are made white with titanium oxide, which comes from minerals like rutile and ilmenite. You can see here exactly word to word questions coming from the NCERTs, exact words. So when we make our strategy for any subject, we have to do what? We have to do PYQ source tracing. So whatever strategy I am going to give you is based on PYQ source tracing. I have traced the sources of all the questions. Again, see this question. See this question, guys. Thickness of troposphere. Directly taken from here. Again, this is NCERT. So one thing is very clear that most of the questions which are coming in geography, they are from the NCERT. Okay, so this you should be very clear before you start understanding what should be your strategy to cover geography. So you can, I've given you proofs. Questions are coming directly from the NCERTs. Now, so if you see here, the number of books you need to read from NCERT, you can see here. This is class 6th book. This is class 7th book. This is class 8th book. Then we have 9th. Then we have 10th standard book. Then we have 11th standard. In 11th standard, we have the fundamentals of physical geography, Indian physical geography. Then we have human geography book. Then Indian human geography book. And then we have the GC Leong. So these are the books you need to cover for geography. These are the books you need to cover for the geography. Obviously, that if you count, okay, there are how many books? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 books, and that is the sole reason most aspirants, they ignore geography. They get nervous when they see that they have to read all the 10 books, because I have shown you that questions are coming from not only class 11th book, questions are coming from class 9th and 10th book also. You can see this question. So one thing, there is a misconception among many aspirants that most of the questions which are coming are directly coming from class 11th book, and you need not read class 9th, class 10th book, you need not read. That is a wrong perception. You have to read class 6, class 7, class 8, class 9, class 10th, class 11, class 12. All books you have to read. How to do that? That is what I am going to teach you. Okay, and why? You can see questions are coming from 9th and class 10th book also. You can see this. This is not class 11th, 12th book. This is the class 9th, 10th standard book. Direct question. So one myth I have broken, that you only need to read class 11th and 12th book. No, you need to read all the NCERT books from class 6 to class 12. That you should be very clear. And I have proved you why. Okay. So the thing is that we have to read all these books. We have to read all these 10 books. That is, should be clear in your mind. Now, how to do this? That is what I am going to teach you in this session. So please be with me. I am going to give you a very scientific, very logical way what has helped me during my prelims preparation, and how you can master all these 10 books that I am going to teach you. So first of all, what we need to do is that, first of all, we will see that we have to categorize these 10 books. We have to categorize these 10 books into different types. You can see world geography, Indian geography, and economic geography. So I've divided these books into 3 categories. Okay, first is world geography book, which is the physical geography book, then Indian geography, and then economic geography. So all these books we can categorize. All these books we can categorize into three categories. For example, guys, for world geography we have this, we have this, we have this, and we have this. For Indian physical geography we have this and we have this, and for economic geography we have this, we have this, and we have this. So we have to categorize them. So what I have done is that I have categorized these books into three categories. First one is the physical geography book. So physical geography book, you have three books. You have to read these three books for the physical geography or world physical geography. These three books. Okay, this is class 6th, this is class 7th, and this is class 11th. So how to read all these three books? So some people, what mistake they do is that first they will read entire class 6 book, then they will read entire class 7 book, and then they will come to read class 11th book. This is not a logical way of reading. What you have to do is that, let me show you. So this is class 11th book, this is class 6th book, and this is class 7th book. So what we have to do is that we have to find out which chapters are common. You can see here, Earth, origin of Earth, and Earth, entire internal structure, everything. And now we have to see where they have same thing. You can see inside of Earth, inside of Earth, you can see here. So we have to find the relation between these. You can see here water and ocean, and again you can see here water, air, you can see here, here you can see climate. Okay, major landforms of Earth, you can see major landforms. So like that, what I have done is that I have prepared day wise target. Day wise I have prepared target where I have linked all these three books. Like on the same day when you are preparing the interior of Earth, you prepare from class 11th book, you prepare from class 6th book, and you prepare from class 7th book. So you have to prepare in an integrated manner, in a harmonious integrated manner, and that I have already done in my prelims batch. If you want that target, you can connect with me. My number will be given here. My number will be given here. This is my number. You can connect with me. So the point is why we need to read all these three books. Let me just show you the magic. You can see this question, guys. This question, you can see this question which came in UPSC Prelims examination recently, dust particle. You can see directly it was taken from the NCERT class 11th book. Dust particle. Exact word to word, this question has been taken from here. Okay. So you have to link these three books. You have to link these three books, and in 1 week, you can read these three books. Okay. If you prepare as per my daily target. I have a private Telegram channel. In that private Telegram channel, I give you daily target. Okay, that how to link these three books into chapter wise. Okay, and in 6 or 7 days, you complete all the three books. Okay, this is the physical geography, guys. Next, you can see here. So, okay, once you do the physical geography, once you read the class 11th book, class 6th book, class 7th book, then you can see here you have to take the test, physical geography test, world. You can see this. After every test, after every week, we have a test. So once you complete the physical geography, you will take the physical geography test. This test is prepared from all these three books, important concepts. I have covered all these three books, important concepts. So after reading these three books, you have to take this test. Okay, now one more thing which you need to do is that, so when you read these three books, okay, as I told you, these three books are on physical geography. So any important fact which you read from this book, or any important fact which you read from this book which is not given in this book, you have to transfer this into this book. For example, let me just show you. In this book which is our environment, you can see here there is one chapter which is given water. In that chapter they have given you percentage of water, fresh water, how it is distributed in the world. They have given a table which may not be given here, So what you have to do, you have to transfer this table to this book, because this book will be your main book Okay, before the exam. 1 month before exam, you cannot read this book. You cannot read this book. You can only read this book. So what we have to do is that anything extra, mostly whatever is there here, it is there here also. But there are some facts, there are some basic concepts which are given here, which are not given here. So you have to transfer all this information here, so that next time you don't need to read this book. Next time you don't need to read this book. This is a unique strategy. There may be some concepts which are completely not given here, which is given here only. For example, you can see here, let me just show you. Like latitudes and longitudes, it is not given here. It is not given here. It is only given here. So what you can do, you can prepare a short note, 1 or 2 page note. You can prepare, but anyways, if you are taking our NCERT test, then I will be including those questions in our test. Okay, so this is how you complete the physical geography, by transferring all important stuff from these 2 books into class 11th book. This will be your main book for revision before the exam. And these 100 questions are really very important. One more thing you need to keep in mind while reading this book is that if you analyze the questions which are coming from the physical geography book, you will see here most questions are now coming which are analytical in nature. What is analytical in nature? Means why. They are focusing on why. They are focusing on why this happens. They are giving an assertion and they are giving a reason, and they are asking, is the reason correct explanation for the assertion? This is the newest pattern. Very analytical question. They are not asking factual questions. So what I have done is that wherever in this book, wherever it is in the entire book, okay, some reason is explained, why is explained, I have collected all such themes and I have made questions on them. So if you solve my NCERT test, you will be able to prepare all such important points which is given in this book, which obviously in your first reading or second reading you will not be able to identify them. But the questions which I am framing for your test, I am basically including them. Okay, so this is one thing you need to know. Now physical geography done. Now second comes the Indian physical geography. That is the second kind of theme which you need to cover for prelims. Okay, so this you have to cover from this book is the main book, and this book, class 11th 9th book and class 11th book. Here also same thing. If you see the index, same thing happens here also. You can see drainage, physical feature, climate, vegetation. So most of the chapters you will see that same chapters are given, but inside when you read the chapters, there will be some facts which are given in this book which may not be given here. You have to transfer those facts here. Mostly whatever is given here, they have given here also, but there are few things which are given here which is not given here. Transfer those facts into this book, so that once you read these 2 books, the final revision you have to only read this book. You don't have to read this book before exam. You can't read all the 10 books before exam. You have to read limited number of books. So this will be your foundational book. This will be your what kind of reference book. You have read it, and whatever extra points which are not given here, you will transfer it. Once you do this, then for Indian geography also we have a test. Next comes the economic geography. In economic geography, first Indian economic geography, there you have these 2 books. Same thing here also. If you see, most of the chapters are similar. You can see here land and agriculture resources, water resources, mineral resources. Okay, same thing. So what we have to do, this book, this is the class 12th book, this will be your main book, and this will one reading you have to do, and you have to transfer all important facts into this book. Are you getting, guys? And after this, again I have a test, economic geography test. Let me just show you. So if you have seen this, we have around 5 tests for NCERTs. which will help you cover the entire NCERT. You can see here: physical geography India, physical geography world, then economic and human geography world, economic and human geography India, then advanced test 1 and map based test. I'll come to explain you what is this advanced test 1. I'll explain you that also. Okay, I hope you are getting. Okay, so after you cover any section, suppose you cover world physical geography, you have to take the world physical geography test, 100 questions. Then you cover the physical geography India, then you take the test, then economic geography, then you take the test. Like this, there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 600 questions from geography. All are prepared from NCERTs. So if you solve these 600 questions, your entire NCERT will be prepared. This is a unique way of doing the NCERT. You are reading also and you are solving questions also. Because if you are just passively reading, you will not know where questions can be framed. But once you solve my NCERT test, you will get to know, okay, acha, this is important. So again, you will go back and you will read it. Okay, so that is very important. So taking test is very important. Just reading will not help you. Okay. So economic geography I have explained you. Okay. So economic geography, you see the question, guys. Question on tea, which is an agriculture crop. Then question on minerals. Then again question on crops. So I was showing you now the chapters which are there. You can see here. Mainly questions are coming what? Mainly questions are coming on mineral resources and agriculture resources. Mainly. But even water resources can be asked. Okay. So this is it. Now geography map. Geography map. In geography map, guys, questions can be from the NCERT, because this question is directly from the NCERT. You can see here Namcha Parwa, Nanda Devi, Nokrek, it is given in the NCERT. Or questions can be from, okay, you can see here Andes mountain, main geographical features like Amazon forest, Amazon river, Andes mountain. These are famous geographical features. Question can be on them, or question can be on, okay, like from where equator passes. Okay, so these all map type of questions. I have collected the possible map questions like countries on equator, okay, lakes on equator, rivers passing through equator. All these possible questions I have covered in my map test. You can see here I have a map test also. I'll just show you. So we have a map test also. You can see map based test, 100 questions. All possible map questions I have tried to cover in this map based test. Okay, so this is how you cover all the dimensions which are there to be covered as far as geography is concerned. Okay, now there is a fundamentals of economic human geography also. This also you can read basics of human geography. They have given basics, what are mineral resources, what are industries, types of industries they have explained. This also you can read. Not that important. Okay, Indian economic geography is important, but this also you should read. These two books you should read. Again, you should transfer everything from this book to this book. This should be your primary book. Okay, now again same NCERT test you have to take after that. Now why NCERT test? Guys, many of the questions from our NCERT test have come in some way or the other in the last 3-4 years. Guys, you know, in NCERT there are a lot of analytical statements, and in the first reading you may miss them. So if you solve this NCERT test, you can see this question, guys. Thickness of troposphere, and at the equator heat is transported to the great heights by strong convective currents. You can see exactly this question was asked in our test series. So the point is that if you solve the NCERT test, you will be understanding what exactly is the demand of the exam, and you will also test yourself, like whatever you are reading the NCERTs, are you reading in the right manner? Are you able to identify important themes? Okay, because these questions are framed only on important issues of the NCERTs, only important topics, important logical statement, analytical statement. Okay, next, guys, you need to prepare the PYQs. So in PYQs, what I have done is that I have analyzed last 25 years of UPSC PYQs, not just civil services examination, but also the other examinations conducted by UPSC like CDS, CAPF, Geoscientist. You can see this, I have prepared theme-wise lecture. like location, latitude, longitude, concept of time zones, Indian location, all the questions. You can see 1 hour lecture, 50 minutes, 1 hour, 12 minutes, 1 hour, 58 minutes drainage, and similarly CDS, CAPF question, because lot of CAPF and CDS question are coming in UPSC CSE question. Okay, there are a lot of examples where CDS questions are getting repeated in the UPSC. So even CDS, CAPF questions are also very important. If you go through these lectures, there are total, I think, 32 lectures. There are 32 lectures, so around 30 hours of PYQ discussion is there. This is really very, very useful. This PYQ is really a kind of gold and diamond for you as far as UPSC prelims is concerned. Particularly geography PYQs are very important because geography is a static oriented subject, and in static subject what happens is that same topic will get repeated. Okay, maybe in some other form, but the topic will remain the same. So if you watch the PYQ videos, it will really help you. Okay, next guys, you can see map. Okay, so what I told you, that first type of question is static oriented question. Next question I told you PYQ, and third I told was map based questions. You can see guys, I have covered all the important maps. You can see here NCERT maps, all the NCERT maps which are given in the NCERT book I have covered. All the maps, you can see economic geography, then I have covered climate types also. Okay, so maps also I have covered, you can have a look at it. Okay, all these things you will get in our test series completely. Okay, all access will be given to our test series students. Okay, next. Okay, so what should be our strategy? Okay, so we have discussed, now I'm just summing up. So as far as once you analyze the NCERTs and you bring it to one master book, okay, so you can see here for physical geography, this is the book you need to follow. For economic geography, this is the book you need to follow after you read all the books. As I told you, like if you read class 6, class 7 NCERT, then you need to transfer all the important stuff which is not given in this into this physical geography book. Similarly guys, here class 10 NCERT you have to read and you have to transfer all the important stuff into this book, so that this too will be your base book. This too will be your base book which you will read before the exam, because you cannot read all the 10 books before the exam. So these two books will be your main books. Okay, next guys, okay, I would like to tell you about, okay, 1 second. Yeah, GC Leong, this book. See this book, if you see, okay, it has two parts. First part is the concept part, which is already you are reading in from the NCERTs, and second part is the climate types part, which is really very important. Every year one question comes from the climate types. So what I have done is that its entire book, the part 2 of this book, I have put this in a table format. You can see here equatorial climate, tropical climate, savanna climate, Mediterranean climate, Siberian climate, and you can see this temperature, vegetation, occupation, region, and features. Like this you can revise the entire book in just 15 minutes. So this also you will get in our test series. So overall guys, this is my approach towards geography. If you use this approach, you can easily cover most of the sections which UPSC is asking, and you can solve most of the questions which is coming in the exam. So to sum up, you need to do the NCERTs. In NCERTs you need to do from class 6 to class 12. What you need to do is that keep these two books as your base books, okay, and transfer all the standards like 7, 8 standards into this book. Similarly here also, this is your base book, and when you read the other books, you transfer it to this book. Okay, this is what you need to do. So one more thing in geography is that current affairs oriented map questions are coming, current affairs oriented, particularly guys nowadays. Okay, rare earth, critical minerals. Every year UPSC is asking question on critical minerals. So these we will get in the daily current affairs quiz. I am giving you 10 most important current affairs questions every day from the newspapers. So you can make use of this also. Okay, so in my test series guys, I am giving you daily targets for the static, and in this daily target I am giving you exact chapters, exact topics what you need to cover, and on these daily targets I am conducting weekly static test. You can see here NCERT based test, reference based test. Okay, then I am giving you PYQ analysis also. Then in the end I will be giving you 10 high quality full length tests before the exam. Plus I am also giving you CSAT mentorship. You can have a look at it. So this is a very good mentorship program. You can connect with my team if you want my guidance for the UPSC prelims examination. Guys, this is a unique opportunity for you, because here you are guided by someone who has cracked the prelims all 6 times with very high scores. So do not miss this. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.